Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another tutorial in this Django and React tutorial series. And in this video, we will finally integrate the API that we're going to be using an AI model. So let's just go ahead and get started. So let's go to Gemini because we're going to be using Gemini to power our recommender. So let's look up Gemini Studio AI. So we'll go over here, we'll say get API key, and we'll create API key. Search project from existing, huh. Okay, I don't want to do that, but let's see. Create API key, it's saying select a project. Let me try this. And then you can copy your generated key. Now we'll go to settings.py, and I'm going to be using my reference in this video. And we are going to put it right at the bottom. Gemini API key. And we'll paste it like that. And it's not a best practice. And later in the video, we are definitely going to manage how we store our API keys so that it's safe. For right now, for development purpose, we can just store it in settings.py file. Now we'll also follow Gemini's documentation to see how we can use it, and it's in Python, so we'll need this package called google.generativeai. So let's just go ahead and install that. We'll say pip install google.generativeai, and it's it's not a very difficult process. It's quite easy to integrate this in our endpoint. So let's just try to see if this works, if this integration works. While it's installing, we can go and say from google.generativeai. No, we just import google.generativeai as gen AI, and then we will create with our API view. So this is going to be recommender bot. Let's just say music recommender AI, and we are going to create it as an API view, and this is going to use post self request, and then we need to configure, just as how it says it over here, configure API key. So we'll go ahead and do that over here. We'll say genai.configure API key equals settings. So we're going to have to import the settings, which is this file, and generative, oh, that's not it. It's Gemini API key. So let's import settings from django.conf. We're importing the settings. That way we're able to access the Gemini API key, which we declared in our settings file. Now we're going to have to use a model. Let's use genai.generative model, which is Gemini 1.5 Flash. Okay, here's a little disclaimer, guys. I haven't really researched about the pricing and stuff because I just use it to develop some applications that I haven't heavily used. So I think these are free for at least right now, but you could go over the pricing and the Gemini Flash, it's free of charge. Okay, well, yeah, it's free of charge, so no worries on that. But definitely, if you're using different models, go to the pricing and make sure that the model that you're using is the one that you want to use. So with that, we will need user query, and we're going to get it from request.data.get query, and we don't need any knowledge base. We're just going to be using the generative AI's own knowledge base. So we're going to set our instructions. Instructions is going to be, for right now, we'll just say generate music recommendations based on user queries. Let's just get with the most basic stuff right now, and then we'll work on tweaking parameters here and there to get the data we want in a correct format. So let's say prompt is our prompt is going to be instructions, and let's just do that for right now, and we'll just say response equals model dot generate content based on prompt, and we'll say return response dictionary object. This is not what we want. We want this. Response is response.text. We want to get the text. And status is 200. Okay. So I think this should be able to give us some generic music recommendations based on whatever user query we provide. So let's go to URLs and register this endpoint, which is this, and we will add a new path saying recommender, which is good. I mean, it's suggestions as view, and that should be good. Let's just go ahead and try it, guys. And see, there were only few steps to integrate that on our web app, which is pretty simple. So API recommendations, and let's go to recommender. It says get not allowed. Let's just do post, if that's going to work. Please provide me with the user query. Okay, let's say, can you recommend me some hip-hop songs with theme of love? Okay, this is not working. So instead, let's try, okay, let's comment this out, and then user query is, can you recommend me some hip-hop songs based on war? If it does not want to give us love songs, we're going for the war. Okay, well, let's reload this, and just posting it without any user query should work because we specified the user query in the method itself. So let's try it. says, please provide me with user's query. I need to know what kind of music they like to give them recommendations. Hmm. Instructions. Oh, okay. I think we forgot to add the question here. So we'll just say user query is user query. So now this should work. We're just giving it the instruction that generate music recommendation on based on the user's query, and we were not supplying the user query itself. So now that we have a user query which says recommend me some hip hop songs based on war, and let's see what it does. Okay, it says to recommend hip hop songs about war, I need to know what kind of war you're interested in. The tone and style of the music can vary drastically. Historical wars. Let's just say based on general concept of war. See, we can see that it's working, and we need to fine tune our instructions and prompts so that we get the desired response we want. It's going to be a little bit slow. The concept of war in hip hop can be interpreted in many ways: literal war, internal struggles. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Grandmaster Flash. There we go, guys. We have our first AI that responds to our queries and gives us response in Django. So that is a progress. And in the next video, we're going to make this response a JSON object. And that JSON object is going to model our model itself right here. So that was it for this video. And I know this is something new. And if you guys ran into any issues, definitely let me know in the comment section below. If not, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.